ओम नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव। नमस्कार, मैं अभिषेक आपका स्वागत करता हूँ हमारे चैनल मनी पांडियन में। आज हमारे साथ हैं दीप भाई, ये हमारे फ्लैटमेट भी हैं।
मेरा नाम दीपांशु कपूर है और मैं इंडिया से ही हूँ, पंजाब से, और मैं जर्मनी में ऑलमोस्ट 9 ईयर से रह रहा हूँ। आई केम हियर फॉर यहाँ पे मास्टर स्टडीज़ के लिए आया था एंड नाउ आई एम वर्किंग।
आफ्टर योर मास्टर्स हाउ यू गेट योर फर्स्ट जॉब?
ओके,
इन योर मास्टर्स आपने जो पार्ट टाइम जॉब होती है वो सब भी किया था या आप मास्टर्स के बाद?
ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तब मैं मतलब मास्टर्स आया था, तो मास्टर्स मेरा बेसिकली जैसे मैं ऑटोमोटिव फील्ड में मैं इंटरेस्ट रखता हूँ, और तो मेरा था कि हाँ जर्मन ऑटोमोटिव इंडस्ट्री में किसी बड़ी इंडस्ट्री का पार्ट होना है, बिकॉज आई हैड माई पैशन फॉर कार्स एंड मुझे आई जस्ट वांटेड टू लाइक ऑल्सो मोटर स्पोर्ट्स, आई वांटेड टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ मोटर स्पोर्ट्स एंड कार्स because I it's also pretty adventurous and like it was something I was interested for. But like I didn't knew how to enter the company, like what skill set I need, what field, like there are many different ways you can enter industry. So first मैं आया था, सबसे पहले मैं एक यूनिवर्सिटी में आया था, आलिन, and the course was polymer simulation, like polymer plastic technology. It was basically about like plastic like molding process, plastic molds, and the simulation of plastic simulation of how the plastic is made. And but like the university was like, it was not even a university, it was a Hochschule, and it was like one man show, that university. Like there was only one professor who was controlling everything, and the rules didn't make any sense there to me.
Okay, so is it like plastic simulation you are saying? So
Yeah.
you are doing simulation, like application of that plastic to what parts of like some automobile parts or some other parts? What
It
was the
was
application of that plastic? Then we can
it different, like so like it's different, like it was mostly about like how the plastic works, different grades of plastic, how you can manufacture different products, and then how they're like these extruding machines, plastic extruding machines, they're pellets. So it was basic course, but it was too much, it was like not even too deep in plastics. So and it was like, how to say, more related to production of any plastic component, like whatever your food packaging, or like forming process, how your bumpers are made or gas tanks are made. Like it was just different production processes of plastic, every component, even automobile component, daily use components, how to create the molds, and how to do the thermal simulation of the plastic, and like how much entrance and exits in the mold should be there. So it was basic course how plastic production can be carried out. So it was more industrial based process and more course which is related to the production, I think. Okay. I will say.
Yeah. So first your part-time job you did in your masters?
Yeah.
What
so like part-time job I started to do immediately I came, because obviously like when you come from
money,
India, like you are not from well, you need money and thing. So what I did, I was working in a CNC company, like machining company, which used to make like CNC parts for Lufthansa and Carl Zeiss, like and also Bundeswehr. So it was like in India I was in Formula student, so I had hands-on experience with working with lathe machines, CNC machines, and drilling. So I was good with all these tools. So I went, like my German was really bad, and I was like looking like so it's a funny story basically. So like everyone in Germany, when they come, they go to summer job in Amazon. Amazon Marine job hoti hai. But after this university, I changed my university to Bochum for another course. So I was no more a student, and this job was only for students. So I left everything, my university accommodation and thing, moved to another city for Amazon job. And then they told me, hey, we cannot give you this job because you're not a student enrolled at the moment in any university, because one university's enrollment was over. In another university, like in Hochschule, because the semester runs from, I think, till June, like, or July, like from April to July, and then you have like 1 month vacations. But in university you don't have any vacation. It's from April till September, and then October till March. So that was a gap, and then I had to come back to the same city near Stuttgart where I was. I was just going to industries to find a job because I had nothing to do. I was free. There were holidays.
Yeah.
And then I found this job, and I was working like for 2 months in a CNC company, and before my actual master's started.
Okay. So, like after masters, you went into the automobile industry, right?
Yes.
And there you were doing some simulations.
Like
you were doing simulations for what?
like actually during my masters I was like also part of like both formula student team. So it's like formula student Germany, Italy, so where you create a small formula racing car for based on guidelines, and then you take it every year for race.
Yeah.
And I was already doing vehicle simulations. I also did that once in India, and I also did that in Germany. I was already
What
doing.
is that vehicle simulation? What specific you were doing?
I was doing like there are many different kind of vehicle simulations. Like you can simulate like their complete vehicle simulations, function simulation. You can like then there is structural simulation of each component or complete vehicle. There is crash simulate everything in the vehicle. There is component based simulation, system based simulation.
That I understand. I
and
have did
complete
some
vehicle.
simulations. But what was your part? Like, okay, you are doing this part of simulation for the vehicle.
Where you mean formula student?
Yeah, yeah.
It was crash simulation, vehicle crash, like of the roll cage. So you give you give a particular speed at different speed and different
When it
scenarios.
is crashing, how much?
What are the deformations? How much energy is
is
dissipated, or how much is like passed on? How much impact is on the driver? And then crash scenarios are different. T-bone crash, 45-degree angles crash, like head-on crash. So it's like there are particular requirements for each vehicle, and you have to meet those.
Like currently you are working in semiconductor industry, right?
I will not say that. I'm
You're
working
doing
for the industry that makes works for
works for that. You are doing simulation only.
yeah.
But, you have kind of switched from automobile to this sector. So what made you to switch?
Okay. So like I said, like I cars were passion. Like during my masters, my master was in like computational engineering, which is also like numerical methods. And I did my internship at BMW. I saw like big OEMs. Like I saw BMW. I also did my master thesis there in aerodynamic, and then I also worked for different OEMs through my work, and I went to England. So like why I switched, because first of all I wanted to like there were different reasons. Like first reason, I saw the growth in automotive sector. So like the growth in automotive sector, like the growth curve was getting a constant instead of being linear or exponential or something. It was getting somewhere near to a constant. Like you can keep doing a single job again and again, and like I was just asked myself, like after 5 years, if I work everything perfectly what I'm doing, I will be at this place. I could see the position where I will be, and I was not satisfied with that, number one. And then in automotive industry itself, it was very volatile, getting very volatile, because like the company I was working for a engineering consultancy, and they were working on the projects they get from every OEM. So whenever, like for example, sometimes they get project of a vehicle ECU simulation, then I have to learn and develop a different skill set. Then they get for multi-body dynamic simulation, then I have to learn and develop my skill set in that. So I was like working and just like jumping from project to project. I learned a lot. I was also testing vehicles on my own. I saw a lot, I learned a lot, but like I was not getting expert of anything.
I understand.
So number one point was that. Second point was like automotive industry in Germany itself, like really really decline is yet to come. And for obvious reasons, and I tried I was in the industry, there were mass layoffs in every industry, and without any optimism, like without any hope for betterment, what we can see now.
So it's like, first thing, okay, your career growth was almost looking constant. So that
Yeah,
that is
now,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, in that field.
Yeah.
Second, it's like automobile sector is going down,
Yes.
especially in Germany, or is it like
Europe,
everywhere,
all over Europe.
all over Europe? What reasons? Like, is China just making a lot of good vehicles, some EVs and all, some technology they have, or like what? How this sector is going down there?
Okay, first of all, I think it started at 2019, like when people focused their interest like on pollution, and like there were like, first of all, like there were big scandals like Huawei scandal, and like all companies under Huawei group, and the German industry itself imposed heavy fines for different scandals, like this like emission scandal. Then there was this cartel scandal, like, so the automotive industries in Germany were already being heavily fined.
What
And
these scandals are?
like what I cannot like go that deep into it, but like first scandal was because of the emissions. Like the emissions, like in the ECU there are two settings, like the there is one which you have like low emissions, like which is under the regulations, but in that setting the fuel consumption is high. But the setting which were like the ECUs were manufactured by Bosch, but like the settings which were selling the vehicles with was another one in which the fuel consumption was low, which they advertised, and the, how to say, the emissions were not meeting the requirements.
Okay.
Now, so for that, okay, obviously they got a big fine, and they had to then pay extra money to the for their carbon emissions. Like that's also really like in billions.
Yeah.
And the so for scandal fine, and then emission money, and then the third was like this cartel scandal where like I think all German OEMs, they somehow made the pact that like we will sell our cars at the same price for the same class. Like if it's a BMW 1 Series, it has to be almost in the same price of Audi A3 or Golf.
Okay.
So that the customer, when he buys, he has not the price as a factor to judge. He just goes on what he wants to buy, which was somehow like didn't met with consumer rights in Germany. So it violated the consumer laws.
So it's interesting, like due to the emission of carbon and all those things, they are getting fined here.
So yeah, so they were and so they were facing heavy fines to pay. And then there were like a lot of different possibilities where like they could have invested money. Like first is normal combustion engine. They can try to make combustion engine better, like Euro 7, and reduce the combustion. Then they can go to maybe electric vehicles. Then they can develop good electric, good battery technologies. Third was PHEV. It's called plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, where you have a chargeable battery and normal gasoline motor.
Yeah.
Then you have like a mild hybrid, where you don't have to plug in, like you have like dynamo with where the battery charges itself. It's a mild hybrid technology. And then there was hydrogen fuel cell. Like there were so many possibilities for auto manufacturer, but no one was sure where should they invest money, in which technology, what will take the future.
Yeah.
So many companies which were like big players like Volkswagen, Toyota, like Toyota invested more on hydrogen fuel cells and hybrid technology, mild hybrid technology, which they have really good. But Volkswagen, they decided to follow Tesla, or like just to compete with Tesla, and they decided to completely electric.
Yeah.
So it was like, and some companies like BMW said that they are still sticking to combustion motors till 2030. So it was like every industry had their like, it was like not a, how to say, like, so like, yeah, there was like really abrupt shift to electric mobility without having enough infrastructure. And like they were like trying to make sure that like, okay, because Tesla was also creating a plant in Germany, so to keep their hold on German market and be sustainable, they did this shift and invested on electric vehicles. But they didn't knew that China was already way ahead in the game, where China already like had like the control over the mines. And China was like, only thing Europeans or European car manufacturers can do, they could have, they built really good engines. Their engine technology, like Italians, Germans, they made really good engines, and that other people in the world couldn't do. Like Americans, even American engines, they have these big motors, but like they're not as efficient and good as German motors. But like when it came to electric mobility, like China was way ahead in the game already. And so like yeah, China, the cars which German car makers made, electric cars, China had like always cheaper and better solution for them.
Yeah, and that's why they are just taking all the market
Yeah.
in, I guess,
So
India, here, Europe, US,
yes,
everywhere they are
yes,
just dominating. One thing, this carbon emission, I'll come back, because if they were not satisfying the carbon emission, the rules and regulations of here, Europe,
yeah.
then how they are managing in India, and how like they are just selling everything.
Yeah, so like it's like carbon tax you have to
Yeah.
pay. Like, so for example, when you buy a car, for example, if you buy a car, you have to pay a particular tax by yourself, and then there is a money or tax which government, well, like the car manufacturer pays
Mhm.
to the government for like carbon emissions their cars make or something like that. This I'm not like don't know the
How the
exact
rules
law.
are in India.
Rules are in
Yeah.
India or different countries, but like yeah, so that's
Small questions, maybe some personal, some business like.
Yeah.
Okay, now just few minutes earlier we were just checking like, okay, euros, the exchange rate is going much higher from euro to rupees.
yeah.
How do you feel?
Like again, like okay, it's different. Like the thing with Europe and USA and Canada, it's different. Like your lifestyle also depends. Like in Indians, like there is a thing that you have to save and send money home, or like they're different. Like they're different people. Some people have to earn, save, and send money home. Some people just want to enjoy their life and they are from well-off families. Some people do both. Like
Yeah.
many people have to do both, and so it's like different how to say. And then there is also a lifestyle you want to achieve. Like there is a lifestyle you want to live, like if you want to live like Europeans, you want to live like Indians, and like just be in your like comfort zone. Everyone has their own choices, and like everyone is good, like so so it depends. For example, if a person is saving and wants, like let's say wants to go back to India, and like he has intention, then I think it's really good thing for him, and like for him to save money and let's say invest in India or do something. But like if you're in a student, or you're like in a situation where you're almost hand to mouth, or like your long-term goal are to stay in Germany, then it's like indifferent.
Okay.
But like if you are a person who has just came here or is struggling here and want money to be like from your family to here, then it's really bad.
Okay, so next, like, are you plan to settle here?
I am
Decided, or just in fluctuation in middle?
okay. The honest thing is, I would like when I came here, I was definitely that I'm not going back to India. But like looking at how India developed, or like how market boomed in last years, and I think it's also like okay, like I have to accept that I cannot go and work for Indian company, or let's say according to after having like this freedoms, let's say 40-hour week, 40-hour work week, then 30 paid vacation days, and having all these sick leaves and all these benefits, unemployment benefits, and like it's like it will be like I like unless the package is like insanely high in India, like there's no point of. And then there's also like a work-life balance. Like in India, like for example, like you see, like we have Saxony, Switzerland here, like cities are near, you travel, you do hiking. And in India, like you are more social, like your like free time is your social time, or if you have to travel somewhere, you have to like you need long holidays to go somewhere nice, or
because transport is really very slow.
Yeah.
And if you want flights,
Lot of
it's
people.
lot of cost.
Exactly,
Is there, so you
exactly.
have to manage.
So yeah, so here you can experience more things, do more things, travel more, and like for maybe less money compared, because if you let's say if you go to India in a nice restaurant or something, I think they are even more expensive than bars and restaurants here.
Sure.
Like
that is for sure.
Like I was in Chandigarh and I went like clubbing with friends for one night. Like at least like the total bill of all 5-6 people was around 500 to 600 euros, and here like 500 to 600 euros, like in Chandigarh, and here like you go like 100 euros are more than enough.
Yeah, okay. So 500, 600 is like okay, 45.
So like if you have to
50,000.
exactly, so if you want to have this like lifestyle, like where like here you also see like you don't have this division of the class.
Mhm.
Okay, someone is really rich, someone is poor. Everyone goes to the same restaurant.
restaurant,
Everyone
yeah.
goes to the same bar. Everyone drives trams or something
Mhm.
like that. And
Yeah.
but like in India, you feel like you see that like and like here you if you have a car, you don't have a car, doesn't matters. So
Right.
it's like really like up to you.
Okay, so do you have car? Which car?
Yeah, I have a nice car just because I love cars. Like yeah,
That's
I love
fine.
cars. I have a
So he
nice
has a very beautiful car.
yeah.
Okay. So next, just two small questions. Two or three the blunders you did after coming here.
Okay, but like first I have to answer the last question, like if I want to settle here or
Ha,
not.
yeah.
So like my aim is to get a job, remote job,
Mm-hmm.
where I can I can like also I want like this all
Work
these
from home you
European
can do.
benefits,
Yeah.
and where I can like go to India for 2-3 months a year and also work from there or something like where
I understand.
so that would be perfect for me because yeah, only reason for going to India is to meet family, friends, and yeah.
Yeah.
But like
the blunders you did.
I did a lot of blunders. I did a lot of blunders.
Then we
No.
can make.
Cricket
Good
in
video
what
on
what personal or professional or what do you mean?
any you want to discuss, nothing.
Okay.
Personal first.
Like first of all, don't have to be emotional here. Like for example, at work, especially in a
Mhm.
professional field, you don't have to be emotional at
Mhm.
all or aggressive at all.
Yeah.
Even if things are wrong, you have to deal everything bureaucratically.
Ah.
Like so like one thing which I feel like, for example, when I was doing my internship at or master thesis,
Mhm.
I found that there was something going wrong, or let's say, or shouldn't be something like that. But
Yeah.
as a learner student, you have to like you don't have to you don't have to dwell on those things. Instead of like wasting on time or feeling bad about it, you have to just steer through these troubles. That like because then you are here, like obviously like life is also not a cakewalk here,
Yeah,
a
sure.
piece of cake. There will be competition, there will be things thrown at you, like you will be made uncomfortable. You will maybe question because is it because of you are Indian, or is it because you are like you're different, not other like others. Like you will have this like develop this little bit insecurity, or like you will have these questions which
Mhm.
will but if you think like that, you will react not in a good way. You don't have to, you have to like just steer away, steer through.
Mm.
And trust me, like you have to just have your eyes on the prize, steer through, and you in the end you will do good.
Just make the things work anyhow.
Make the
Doesn't
thing work,
matter.
just get through the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
and
yeah.
and like don't so yeah, it took me long to learn, like in especially in student life. For example, like you have to be always friendly, smiling.
Mhm.
You have to have a positive, no matter how your mood is.
Yeah.
You have to have this positive energy,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and eyes on the prize.
Okay.
Like
Price is important.
like
Okay,
because
so-
like we don't let like your colleagues, co-workers, at your
Mhm.
boss, because maybe after 2 years you don't even see that boss again or something like that. Don't let these things affect your long-term goals
Mhm.
and your long-term perspective of how
what
to
we
say,
want to achieve here.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So very last question: when you are getting married?
uh,
Okay.
hopefully this end of this year or next year, maybe, I don't know.
No one knows.
I know, yeah.
Only God knows. So thank you, Deep bhai, for
Yeah.
having a beautiful discussion, and I also get lots of insights from the discussions. Maybe we can do it some other time when you are free,
Yeah.
some other weekends.
And better clothing, yeah.
Yeah. Sure. It's like, okay, let's just
Yeah,
talk.
okay.
And
Yeah.
for me also, it's like why I have just before I was doing this vlogging, I started 5 10 videos. Then I said it's not learning for me. Then for me, why I started this, it's like, okay, when I will talk to people, I will learn, I will understand, and before talking to people, I also have to go to the topic and have some stats.
Mm-hmm.
So that's for my knowledge also,
Yeah.
and maybe those who are watching, for them also.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like the conversation, like, share and subscribe. Then yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks
Okay.
for watching. बाकी आप अपना और अपना ख्याल रखिए, स्वस्थ रहिए, व्यस्त रहिए, मस्त रहिए। राधे राधे।